What's up, everyone, and welcome to Munchiezzz Plays. I'm Munchiezzz. I'm really tripping on how much this guy looks like me. This is really crazy. It's like I'm looking in the mirror. Anyways, we made the long trip down here to Hutan Pantai. We're taking on a challenge coming out of the crazy mind of Mr. Z from Zorch Farming. If you haven't checked him out, I suggest you definitely check him out. I will post his challenge down below. The challenge we're going to take on today is his triple threat challenge. I'm kind of excited for this one. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Kind of difficult. We're starting, like I said, on Hutan Pantai, starting from scratch. The money we're starting with is $500,000. But with that $500,000, he wanted us to purchase Field 4. As you can see, Field 4 is $458,000 and some change. It's going to take up pretty much all of our $500,000. But we'll go ahead and buy that, and we'll get started. We'll come down and visit our farm. Now from here, we're going to go into our build menu, construction menu. And we are to sell all of our properties. Or not properties, buildings. We got $4,000 for that one. $12,500 for that one. We're getting a little bit of money back. $5,000 for that one. We're inching up slowly. Not a lot. $12,500 for that one. A house, that should be worth something. There we go. $117,500. That's nice. I'll take that. Big barn should be nice. $95,000. Another barn, $42,500. The silos, $30,000 more. We got our little gas tank. Sell that off. And that's everything. So the money we're left with is what we get to start with. $374,346. Not a lot of money to start out with. Now we'll get to the threats. Threat number 1. We are to use a randomizer and input all the 25 crops. So I made a list of all the crops here and put them in a list. And then I put it in a randomizer. I went to randomizer.org. And as you can see on the list here, when I hit randomize, I got sunflowers. Now, since I got sunflowers, every field that has sunflowers on it, I have to purchase. So we'll deselect them all and come into sunflowers. So in this challenge, I have to purchase field 3 for 167,000, field 6 for 120,000, field 7 for 477,000, and field 40 for 93,000. This does not look like it's going to be an easy feat by any means. Alright, so I wrote those fields down so I don't forget them. I don't think we're going to be able to buy those anytime soon. Threat 2. We made another list. I made a list of all the starting loan amounts and put those in a randomizer. As you can see here, I hit randomized, and I was graced with $750,000 starting loan that we have to pay off. This is going to be a doozy. Last but not least, we go to threat 3. We made yet another list. Put in all the animal types. Goat, sheep, water buffalo, cows, stuff like that. And we hit randomize, and as you can see in the list, I got goats. So we have to buy 4 fields. We have to pay back a $750,000 loan. And we have to incorporate goats. There's also a side challenge. Mr. Z is also going to do the temple build. And I figure that's something we should do as well. We can't let him do that alone. I think that's a challenge all in itself, but we'll go ahead and we'll do that too. So with this $374,000, we have to buy our equipment. What are we working with here? Field 4. Field 4. Well, that looks like we got sorghum. Sorghum, huh? And it's ready to harvest. Now, I don't know a lot about sorghum, but I believe you can get that with a regular harvester. Let's look at our equipment here. Oh, and thanks to Northern Farm Sim, his store on his farm went under new management. They offered him up multiple sales instead of just the 3 or 4 random ones you get. He put in a good word for me. Our store is also under the same management as his store. So thanks to them and his good word, we are offered a lot more sales products as well. We'll have to go through those and check those out. That should definitely help us out. We should probably take a look at those right now, as a matter of fact. There might be something we could use. We don't really have a whole lot of money to spend. We got a tractor here. $34,000 for a tractor is not too bad. It's not a lot of horsepower. A lot of small tractors. The class. How many hours are on this? 37 hours. That could be an option. How much are these new? We got the Valtra. $66,000. Almost 40 hours on it. Well, let's see what we got going on here first. We know we're going to need a harvester. We're going to need something that can do our sorghum. And they all say they can do sorghum. $104,000. Do we have a harvester here that we can get for under $104,000? Just something to get us by. A trailer. We know we're going to need a trailer. $12,000 for a trailer does not seem like a bad idea at all. I think we're going to jump on that. The wheel setups. I think we'll keep that right there. I've always been partial to BKT for some reason. We're going to save a little money. We're going to go without the cover. What do you say we change the color? Let's go to something. What if we go red? Oh, that's a cover. Alright. We'll go ahead and buy that. We got our trailer for $13,000. We're going to need a harvester. $126 seems a little expensive. We can get a brand new one for way cheaper than that. I think we'll stick with new. We don't have to worry about fixing stuff. And it'll be good to go. We'll stick with the good old Massey Ferguson. We'll buy that up. I know we're going to need a header. Our money's disappearing quick. A cheap header for $30,000. Or we can go the 7.6 meter for $35,000. $5,000 for an extra meter, 1.6 meters. That might not be a bad idea. We'll go ahead and try that. It's only an extra $5,000. We can get stuff done a little bit faster. It sounds like a no-brainer to me. Now we're going to need a tractor. How much are tractors new? $58,000 new. $149,000. Well, I'm going to take a look at these tractors and I'll be right back with you and see what I'm going to decide on. Well, folks, I think we made up our mind. After going through the sales, I came across the Massey Ferguson. We have a Massey Ferguson already for our harvester and for our header, so why not stick with the tractor? It's only about $10,000 more than we would buy new. It's got 22 hours on it. We don't need the interior setup. That'll save us a little bit of money. We'll get the 3-point hitch. If we need more horsepower, we can always upgrade. Can we get the BKTs? We can. We're going to go with the BKTs. We're not going to go with the front loader attachment right now. And that's what we're going to do. Hopefully it doesn't need a lot of repair. And we have our trailer. We have our tractor. We have our harvester. We have our header. And I think we're off to a good start right there. We're going to plop on over to the store and we're going to pick up our stuff. Alright, guys. Let's come over here and we'll pick up our trailer. Alright. I'm going to get this stuff back over to the farm and I'll meet you there. Alright, so we're back on our farm here with our equipment. So now it's time to go and start to get the fruits. Let's start our harvest. We're going to come over here and find a good place to start. This field is absolutely humongous. I'm really glad we went with the bigger header. It's not much bigger, but I'm hoping it makes a little bit of a difference. We'll get kind of lined up in here and we'll turn on our GPS, our steering assist. We'll go with maybe three headers. Three head lengths. And we'll see how this works. I am curious before we start. I wanted to see how the field is. 55% yield bonus. 50% fertilized. We'll turn her on. Can we do a swath? I don't know if not for sorghum. I wasn't sure. And off we go. Now, of course, I said I didn't know a lot about sorghum, so of course I had to look it up. Sorghum, commonly called sorghum or known as grape millet, broom corn, guinea corn, dura, imphi, jawar. I know I'm messing these up, or milo. It's a species in the grass genus. It's cultivated for its grain. I kind of knew that. The grain is used for humans. Used for food for humans. The plant is used for animal feed and ethanol production. It's the fifth most important cereal crop after rice, wheat, maize, and barley. Sorghum can grow over 4 meters high. That's a big plant. It was domesticated from its wild ancestor more than 5,000 years ago in eastern Sudan. So sorghum's been around a while. That's kind of crazy. I wonder how they found this plant. It always interests me, the history of things. I also found out that it's been used for poultry feed, as well as cattle feed, but also in brewing applications. People are using this for alcohol. That's absolutely amazing. And if anybody who knows me, I'm down for anything that can make some good alcohol. We're 50% full, working our way around. It should be a pretty good harvest. I'm kind of curious When is a good time to sell sorghum? We're going to have to... Sorghum. We are at the worst possible time to sell. So, of course, we're going to need to buy a silo. But that's okay. I'm sure we need a silo eventually anyways. So a little bit about me. Nickname Munchiezzz. I've had that nickname now for about 30 plus years. I'm pretty new to the farming simulator community. I probably have a total of maybe 7 or 8 hours total gameplay by myself. I really am starting to like the game. It's kind of relaxing. But I have probably over 150 to 200 hours watching other people play. So that basically makes me an expert, right? There is another challenge I want to get into as well. I'm just waiting for another map to pop up. Rusty Money Gaming came out with a challenge, Survive 25. That really struck my interest. And as soon as I get a map that I think will be good for that sort of thing, I am definitely going to jump on that. I've been watching the Mod Hub and what everyone is saying, and it sounds like things are going to start coming out really, really soon. With the holidays and Giants going on vacation, kind of put everything behind, but I'm sure I'm not the only one crossing my fingers waiting for something to come. That's for sure. I think I'm going to go straight across here. We'll just kind of cut this off a little bit. Now with this big field, I don't know that we want to keep it one big field. I'm thinking maybe make it into 2, maybe 3 fields. Oh, we're full. Well, maybe I shouldn't have cut across then. Oh well. We'll back it out of here. I think we'll go somewhere in this area. We'll extend our pipe out and we'll come get our truck and come put this in our trailer. Now I'd love to make a guess how much we're going to get total, but I really don't have that kind of experience and wouldn't even know where to begin. But being this is such a big field, I think after this, emptying this, we'll put this on a time lapse and we'll get this field done, and we'll figure out what to do with this big field. Put our pipe back in. We'll line her up again. And we'll see when the field's done. Well, we have a full truck, so it looks like it's time to go get a silo. Let's take our truck back to the yard and look at our silo options. Alright, so let's get us a silo to put this sorghum in. We'll come down to the construction menu. Come over to silos. And if we go all the way down, we have the wooden silo with no share, the multi-fruit. Can hold 10 million liters. I'm sure that's more than we'll ever need. But it's better to have too much storage than not enough. We'll select that. Give her a little spin around. I was thinking right on this cement pad right here would be a good spot. Let's go to customize. Push F for customize. We'll change the color. What do we have? I was thinking a darker green. Something like that. And just kind of plop it down right in that area. I think right there would be good. Yeah. Let's go drop off our sorghum. And there's 18,500 liters of sorghum. And we'll go back over to our harvester and we'll finish our field. Jump back into our harvester. Well, here we are, finishing up our last pass. The field of sorghum is harvested. Finally. The truck is full. So we're going to take our harvester over and dump it in the silo first. And then after that, we'll pull our trailer in. And then we'll check our silo and see what our final number is. It should be a good amount. But we won't be able to see the fruits of our labor for quite a few months. That's alright. We'll park our harvester over here. And we'll grab our tractor and trailer and we'll dump it. Still gotta figure out what to do with this field. I know I want to split it up. I just don't know how. We're gonna need to get some kind of cultivator. Some kind of seeder or planter or drill, as well as a fertilizer. Dump this in. Come park our trailer. And let's see what we got here. 71,000 liters of sorghum. Not too bad. Not too bad. Even though we still have to wait till January, so we got a few months. It's been a long episode. This is the first episode. I think I'm going to leave you guys here. And we'll figure out the cultivator and seeder and what to do with this field in our next episode. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me at Munchiezzz Plays, and come back for the next episode. Let's see what kind of madness we can create.